Welcome to Nachsimanim. I'm Jacob Thomas, and today we will be learning melachim aleph, perek tet. We begin this perek where after Shlomo finishes his really long prayer to God, Hashem appears to him a second time, as he did in perek gimel. Hashem declares that he has heard Shlomo's tefillah, and the house has become kodesh, or consecrated, or holy in the eyes of God, and he will be there permanently. Hashem promises an enduring kingdom as long as Shlomo walks with the integrity that David did before him. He then gives a stark warning how if Shlomo does not follow God in his path and worships foreign idols, the consequences will be devastating. The temple will be completely and utterly destroyed, and people will begin to walk by and say, "Whatever happened to this temple?" And people will say, this is where the Jews used to serve God, where he struck them down in anger for foregoing him and going on a path that was different from what he told them, going on a path of treachery and serving other idols. Now, after this whole dedication of the Beis HaMikdash, Shlomo gives Hiram 20 cities located in the Galil as permanent land for Hiram to grow things in, as a thanks for all the cedar and cypress and gold that he got. Hiram travels out to inspect these cities, but he's displeased. They are not as fertile as he would have liked, and they cannot grow as much as the lumber and gold he gave Shlomo was worth. And he names the cities Eretz Chubal, meaning sandy or worthless land, because they can't grow anything. And that title remains. Shlomo then initiates a massive project where he constructs the Milo, which are normally understood as the walls of Yerushalayim and are very strategic. He creates cities like Chatzor, Megiddo, and Gezer, which Paro had captured before and had given to Shlomo as the dowry when he married Bat Paro. Also, Shlomo builds a massive fleet of merchant ships, and every time that they go for a long journey and bring back 420 talents of pure gold, enriching Shlomo immensely. As a recap, we have the second vision where Hashem appears to Shlomo again, confirming that his prayer was accepted and that the Beis HaMikdash was holy. We have the warning of God to listen to him. Then we have the cities of gift to Hiram, and Hiram's how displeased Hiram is. We have the building projects and forced labor of Shlomo to build the Milo, the Red Sea Navy that Shlomo builds to get as merchant ships to go all over to get lots of gold. We are in perek tet, so just like Zichur, we use a teapot, because tet has the first letter of teapot. Also kind of looks like a teapot. Okay, here's with the simon. Hashem pours a pot of boiling tea as a warning for Shlomo. This reminds us how in this perek we have the warning that God gives Shlomo after Shlomo builds the Beis HaMikdash to tell Shlomo, walk in my ways, and if you will, it will be great. But if you don't, it won't be great. And the Beis HaMikdash is going to be destroyed people will walk by it and say, whatever happened to this thing? And we can see the greatness of Shlomo's kingdom following in the laws of God by the 20 cities he gives Hiram, who's not really so pleased because I guess he didn't give him the right cities, and the multitude of building projects he creates, and the navy fleet for to buy and sell things across the sea, in which he gets a lot of gold. One more time with the simon. Hashem pours a boiling tea from a teapot as a warning to Shlomo. We are now going to do a 4-perek back chazar, starting with perek hay. Shlomo gathers bricks and hay to use in building the Beis Hamikdash. This reminds us how in this perek, Shlomo begins his transaction with Hiram, where Shlomo will give him wheat and other agricultural products like oil. In return, Hiram will give him large logs as building material for the Beis Hamikdash, cedar, cypress, and Shlomo begins to divide the people into working groups to get giant stones and lumber for the Beis Hamikdash. Perek Vav, in which we use a sword. Shlomo uses a sword to cut an area for the Beis Hamikdash to be built. This reminds us how in this perek we begin the actual structure of the Beis Hamikdash, the building, the outside, the courtyard, the Holy of Holies, Kodesh Kadoshim, which has made of cedar wood and has a golden overlay. Perek Zion, in which we use a gun. Vessels for the Beis Hamikdash are shot out of a gun to complete the building. This reminds us how in this perek we have all of the different vessels, the kalim of the Beis Hamikdash. The bronze sea, which is used to wash the hands. We have the pillars, Yachin and Boaz. We have the decorative work, and we have Shlomo's palace, which takes a lot longer to build. We also have all the kalim inside the Kodesh. Now perek Chet, in which we use a challah. Shlomo dedicates his challah house to God. This reminds us how in this perek we have the actual dedication of the Beis Hamikdash. The Aron is brought in. We have the cloud of God filling the Beis Hamikdash, showing that he has accepted it. We have the national celebration where Shlomo gives challah, or a lot of different yummy foods to everyone. And we have the long, long prayer that Shlomo gives to Hashem. We're now going to do a 10-question pop quiz on all the Sfarim we've learned. In which perek does Adoniyahu exalt himself, preparing 50 horsemen to run before him to claim the throne? Melachim aleph, perek aleph. In which perek does Yehuda and Israel live in secure prosperity, every citizen under his own vine and fig tree? Melachim aleph, perek, really hay, but we like to say Daled because it matches with what actually happens, and the Prakim are not in good order, because we didn't make them. In which perek does Hashem appear to Shlomo a second time, answering his prayer and dedicating the temple? Melachim aleph, perek Chet. In which perek does Tzadok the priest and Natan the Navi accompany Shlomo to Gichon to anoint him as king? Melachim aleph, perek aleph. In which perek does David walk upright upon his roof in Yerushalayim and spot Bat-sheva in her courtyard below? Shmuel bet, perek Yud aleph. In which perek does King Hiram inspect the 20 cities and rejects them, calling Eretz Chubal sandy land? Melachim aleph, perek Tet. In which perek does the 3 elite warriors break Plishtim blockades lines to retrieve water for David from Beit Lechem? Shmuel bet, perek Chaf Gimel. In which perek does a wise woman stop the siege of Avel Bat Macha by delivering Sheva ben Bichri's head over the wall? Shmuel bet, perek Chaf. Shmuel aleph bonus question. In which perek does the Plishtim military lord reject David and refuse to let him join the battle array at Ethek? Shmuel aleph, perek Chaf Tet. In which perek does Gidon completely destroy the altar of Baal and cut down the Asherah tree at night? Shoftim bonus question. Shoftim, perek Chet. That is it for today. May we be zucha to finish all of Nach, one perek at a time. And remember it, day after day. Have a wonderful day.